and sacrifices. Because, you know, that was for the atonement. That's for doing something wrong. Sacrificing. Look at James 2 and 8. James 2 and 8. James, the second chapter, the 8th verse. If you fulfill the royal law, this is the royal law, according to the scripture, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You do well. See? That's a royal law. In loving thy neighbor as thyself. But if you have respect of persons, you commit sin. Oh, he got some kind of special privilege. I know them, so now they get special privilege. No, it don't work that way. That's partiality. But if you have respect to persons, you commit sin. You hear that? You commit sin and are convinced of the law as transgressors. Wow. That's deep. That's real deep. You show partiality. That's go to Deuteronomy 1 and 17. Deuteronomy 1, 17. First chapter, 17 verse. Deuteronomy 1 and 17. Ye shall have no respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. You hear the small, the one that don't have much, as well as the rich. You shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is the most highest, according to his word. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, Moses said, and I will hear it. You know, so Moses was hearing everything till Jethro, his father-in-law, told him, hey man, you got to set up captives of 50s and 100s and so forth and let them deal with them small matters. That's what he said. You can't handle it when you went through everything you're going to go through to try and bring forth a judgment. You can't handle it, then bring it to me. Other than that, don't be bringing me everything, every problem. Israel will do that though. You see how Moses was. He didn't make it to the promised land because of Israel getting on his nerve. Moses, I told him through the angel, speak to the rock. He hit the rock twice, so he got a chance to see the promised land. And Moses was a man that the Most High dealt with mouth to mouth. Go to Colossians 3:25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done. He that doeth wrong gonna receive for the wrong which he hath done. And there is no respect of persons. See? He that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons. That's from the Most High. But we know, as a nation, and those that you want to hate on, that's other nation, Exodus 2:25. The Most High looked upon the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. He looked upon us, and the Most High had respect unto them. Us as a nation, the Most High had respect to. Not to no persons, you don't respect to nobody, but we as a nation. That's how the Most High rolled. Galatians 5:14. Galatians 5:14. That's why I say it's such a blessing to know that the Most High love us. Galatians 5:14. And to the end. For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. You see how important it is for us to love each other and care about each other and take away the mindset of the goat? For all the law is fulfilled in one word, even in this: thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. But if ye bite and devour one another, take heed that ye be not consumed one of another. Hear that? You want to bite and devour one another, take heed lest you're going to be devoured too. He's saying, this I say then, walk in the spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh, the desires of the flesh. Say, walk in the spirit. And how you walk in the spirit? You follow the commandments of the Most High. You listen to this and you follow it. You change, become that new creature. Be born again in the way you think and the way you act. Humble yourselves. Release and get rid of all that pride that's lurking all in your mind and spirit and soul, man. That's your flesh. For the flesh lust is against the spirit. Hear that? And that spirit is, Most High gave you the spirit. He gave you his spirit. Understand this. But your flesh, your lust, your desires, the madness that you deal with in your vain opinion, your thinking, in your actions, make you be at war with him. For the flesh lust is against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary to one to another. They contrary one to another. They don't coexist, but they there. That's why you got to get rid of it. You got to look at changing. And look at being more in the spirit. Yeah, I'm in the spirit. How you in the spirit? When you're sitting here envying your brother, hating on your brother, and looking at how you're going to get them back, and this, that, and the third, or whatever, or your family member, your friends, your associates that are Israelites, instead of loving them. That take energy. Bring that energy back to where you're supposed to be in the spirit. But the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. And these are contrary one to another. Look at pride and humility. Once I deal with these things, that's that balance. Good and evil. Up and down, on and off, and so forth. But they contrary one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. If you study fighting the carnal, the flesh, your lust against the spirit, it's a battle. That's why you got to allow the spirit to overcome the flesh, your lust. But if you be led of the spirit, you are not under the law. Because the spirit going to lead you to do what's right, according to the Most High's rules and regulations. As you hear what he's saying, do. You led of the spirit, you ain't under the law. Anybody got to tell you don't do this? Don't do that. You can do this, you don't have to do, you can do that? No. You'll know because you led by the spirit. Look. Law is spiritual too. For the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, inordinate sex acts, and so forth. Idolatry, stop believing in the Most High. Witchcraft, hatred. This is the flesh, hatred. You walk around hating your brother. Variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness. It's of the flesh. Drunkenness, revelings, all the time arguing and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past. I told you this before, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. So look up all these words and see what they mean, to make sure. That's your homework assignment. Because a lot of you just went there, what did that mean? He didn't even say what it means. No, I ain't say what it means because I want you to look them up. So you know what they mean. Work. A workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. But if that is in your life in any way, shape, or form, you shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Listen. But the fruit of the Spirit is first, what's the first word it says? Love. Love. And it don't matter if you say love is keeping of the commandments and you don't have no compassion for your brothers. We didn't heard compassion, caring for your people. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, suffering a long time, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, humility, temperance, dealing with time. Against such there is no law. And they that are Mashiachim have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. Because that flesh is dealing with affections. When you get into your feelings and lusts, your desires, that's of the flesh, that cancels out the Spirit, the fruits of the Spirit. So you're not going to have joy. You ain't going to have love, first and foremost. You ain't got no joy. You ain't got no peace. You ain't got no long suffering. Everything got to be right there like this. People get angry instantly because they got the devil in them. They're not long suffering. They're not humble at all. If we live in the Spirit, let us also walk in the Spirit. If you're in the Spirit right now, the book is open. When the book is closed, walk in the Spirit. Let us not be desirous of vain glory. Hear that? That's why you know that scripture. Ecclesiastes 3:24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion is overthrown in judgment. Let us not be desirous of vain glory. This world is set up to send you straight to hell. Vain glory. You want to be somebody in hell. That's what he's telling you. Oh, I'm going to be somebody in hell. This condition of our curses that we involved in every way, shape, and form, but yet still you're going to be somebody in hell. That's why I say, let us not be desirous of vain glory, provoking one another, envying one another. You hear that? Provoking one another and envying one another. What you envy your brother for? I never can understand that. I ain't never envied nobody. Envy someone for what? You have an opportunity every day to be successful in whatever it is you want to do. However you want to do it. You come with an excuse to say you can't, but the only thing that beats a try is not to do anything. You keep trying. Why you gonna be envy of your brother? Anything, be happy for your brother. Ephesians 5:1. Ephesians 5:1. We're going to read the verse 5. Be ye therefore followers of the Most High, as dear children, and walk in love. Walk in love. As Mashiach also have loved us, and have given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to the Most High for a sweet smelling savor. Say, read you again. Be ye therefore followers of the Most High as dear children. Children. We the children of the Most High. That's why, you know why he can call us children? Those that really are the 12 tribes of Israel, the children of the Most High, because children are innocent. I'm talking about little children. I ain't talking about these children that's grown, but they ain't grown. Children. Little children are innocent. You know, I remember telling a little child, hey, go over there and wipe that seat off, man. It's dirty. You just got up. Where you go to paper towels over there, go wash the seat off, man. It's dirty. I said, watch this. Brother came in and said, hey, man, that chair over there is dirty, man. We need to be washed, man. Well, you asking me to do it? You know, like, will you? Everybody started laughing. He don't know what happened. I said, watch. Somebody, first one come in, I'm going to ask them to do it. going off, not even understanding what was going on. They had to laugh about it because, you know, when they found out what happened, but the child just went over there and do it. They didn't follow it. But adults caught up in their pride, man. So I said, be ye therefore followers of the Most High as dear children. Dear children. And walk in love. You know, a child be having a problem. They arguing and going up. Next thing you know, they back together playing again. Like they never argued before. And walk in love. As Mashiach also have loved us, and have given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to the Most High for a sweet smelling savor, the ultimate sacrifice for wretched us. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, desiring something that somebody else have, and fornication, dealing with, first and foremost, believing in some other power than the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and sleeping around over here, there, and everywhere, no commitment, and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you, as becometh saints. And the saints are the 12 tribes of Israel. Psalms 148:14 proves that. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting or joking around all the time, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks, thanking the Most High. But this you know, that no whoremonger, nor unclean person, nor covetous man, who is an idolater, hath any inheritance in the kingdom of Mashiach and of the Most High. So he's eliminating people. Psalms 133. Psalms 133rd Psalm. Unity of the Brotherhood. Psalms 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon his beard, even Aaron's beard, and that went down to the skirts of his garments. Like, you know, he had a long robe on. As the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that ascended upon the mountains of Zion, for there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. This unity of the brotherhood. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It's beautiful. So when you see it, you know, coming together, it's a beautiful sight. 2 Samuel's, the first chapter. Second Samuel, the first chapter. And we're going to read verse 26. I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of women. You hear that? And David was a mighty man, a mighty warrior. He wasn't no homosexual. So get that out of your mind. He said, I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. This is Saul's son, first king that we had as the Israelites. Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Because he was helping him. You know. Thy love to me was wonderful. You know, he was always letting David know what his father was planning to do, and this, that, and the third, and passing the love of women. See? How are the mighty fallen and the weapons of war perished? See, he was a warrior. But he said the love that him and Jonathan had, it passes the love of women, it's saying. Romans 12 and 9. Romans 12 and 9. See, I don't want to have to read the Willie Lynch letter. Romans 12 and 9. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor, hate that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good. See. Be kindly affection one to another with brotherly love. I'll read you again. Because a lot of you think keeping the commandments, keep the laws, but you still hateful to your brother. What do he say? Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love. Kindly affection, compassion, caring for your brother. Be kindly affection one to another with brotherly love. In honor, preferring one another. We as the Israelites. It says, not slothful in business. Slothful means you lazy. Don't be lazy in business. Fervent in spirit. Be full of the Spirit. Serving the Most High. Rejoicing in hope, patience, in tribulation. Continuing instant in prayer. Keep praying. Send the prayers up. But not in cursing your brother. You be like the Pharisee. I'm this, I'm that. What you said is I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that, Most High. And everybody else ain't nothing. Or whoever you want to say is nothing. Before the throne of the Most High, please remember, Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. If you mess with one of them little ones, so you might as well tie a noose around your neck. And a big boulder, and cast it into the sea. Big millstone and cast it into the sea. Then mess with one of his little ones. Now how you know a little one is not one that you think is nobody, and the Most High gonna call him to be someone great? That's what's dangerous. You don't know who is who. And some have entertained angels, not unawares, don't even realize it. It says distributing to the necessity of saints. Hear that? Distributing to the necessity of saints. This last I read, the saints are the 12 tribes of Israel. The saints ain't just one camp, one church, one congregation. The saints are all 12 tribes of Israel. Distributed to the necessity of saints. Given to hospitality. They told us this twice. Hospitality. You know, being hospitable to your brothers. Bless them which persecute you. Uh-oh. You gonna follow this commandment? It say, bless them which persecute you. Bless and curse not. You hear that? I mean, I got the curses. I threw that stuff down when I first seen that. And the Most High shut all our mouths up. It was packed. And nobody repeated them curses. Nobody. It was like this. I said, going over the curses, man, nobody gonna say them. We never said them. That was a miracle. For those that have ears to hear, that was a miracle. And there was enough people there will vouch for what I'm telling you right now. And I know the women didn't know the Hebrew like that. And men didn't know because that was brand new. And we stopped sending up curses. Because that vexed me. I went to the one that wrote the prayers for the nation, and we went back and forth about certain things, and finally we come to a reasonable conclusion. Cutting them out, man. Rejoice with them that do rejoice. Hear that? Rejoice with those that rejoice. Something happened to a brother or sister, be happy for them. They happy, be happy with them. And weep with them that weep. Those they sad, you be sad with them. Weep with them that are weep. That's sad. Be of the same mind one toward another. Mind not high things. Don't try and be somebody. That's what he's saying. Well, I'm up here and you down there. Mind not high things. You better think on heavenly things where the Most High and the angels dwell. But condescend to men of low estate. Hear that? Think of those that are in low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits. That's what I tell you, knowledge puffers up. You think you all that because you got a few precepts that you'd have memorized. And you ain't nothing as you ought to be. Or tell me what your number is of the 144,000 of your tribe. What number are you? That's already in the kingdom. You already put yourself in the kingdom already. What gate you going through? What direction is your gate? Oh, you already there. What you gonna do? This, that, and the third. This what I'm gonna. You already there. When the Most High said, "Dare not make thyself one of the number," said the righteous scarcely gonna be saved. You don't know what's gonna happen to you tomorrow. How many brothers and sisters that I know? Y'all ain't even understand it, man. They're not even in this truth no more. You would never believe that they're not the superpowers that they were in bringing forth this truth to everybody. They're not even here anymore. But those that are here thinking that they all that, you're going to be brought down. You're going to be brought down. He that exalted himself shall be abased. He that humbled himself shall be exalted. My second side told us this. So I don't know what you're hearing. That's enough to change the way you think, the way you act, the way you speak. Or deal with the judgment of the Most High. Last I read Hebrews 10 and 31 says, it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of living power. Most High said, I will melt you. My second Shai told us who we supposed to fear. Say, don't fear man that after he have killed, he can do nothing else. Say, fear the Most High that after he have killed, you cast your butt into hell. Well, he said, I'll melt you. I'll burn you up and burn you up again and again and again and again and again and again. He got a body for you, every last one of us. A spiritual body on the right side or a spiritual body on the left side. To be cast into hell, either or. That's why you can't take this lightly. He said a righteous scarcely will be saved. It's gonna be more that's gonna die and few that's gonna be saved. Y'all gotta understand, man. The Most High made everybody you have seen in this world through Shem, Ham, and Japheth and their wives. 6 people. What part of that you want to understand? He abhorred us so much, he said, Moses, I'll make a nation out of you. Then John the Baptist say, hey, Most High can raise up some stones to be his people. Do y'all hear this? Oh, but you so important that he gonna have to take you. Better humble yourself. Listen. Verse 17. Recompense to no man evil for evil. See, that's what they do. This you gotta be just as evil as they are. They say evil for evil. They did this. They came evil. I'm gonna come back evil. That's that mindset of the world. You're supposed to be brighter than that, shining as lights in darkness. Recompense to no man evil for evil. It's a change that you have to be able to bring about within yourself. Provide things honest in the sight of all men. Honest means righteous in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Hear that? Live peaceably with all men. If it's in you. It ain't everybody. Because you're going to shine as the darkness that's within you because you hate your brother. You hate each other. You got this mean spirited. I can talk about it because I was there. And I had to take a self-examination over and over and over myself to be able to calm down and really look at where all this is going and where I'm at and how it will destroy me. Like it's going to destroy you. You better understand what I'm saying and what the scriptures said. If at all possible, if it be possible, as much as life in you, live peaceably with all men. Why not? Why you can't do this? It shouldn't be a problem. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves here. Don't come avenging yourself on someone, but rather give place under wrath. Give place under wrath. Like I say, some of you stepping in the seat of the shoes of the Most High. For it is written, vengeance is mine. You hear that? Give place to wrath. Because Most High say, vengeance is mine. Okay, now I'm going to do it, and you done did it already. You just stepped in my place. To do what it is that I plan on doing. Oh, you're going to do it better, huh? Most High say, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Most High. I'm going to get them. You believe this? You have faith to believe this? I do, because I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it. All the way to death. I've seen him do it. He say, give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, said the Most High. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, oh, this is a hard one here. I know y'all can't really relate to this. If your enemy hunger, of an Israelite, not talking about nobody else. If your enemy hunger, feed him. Give him something to eat. If he thirst, give him drink. For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. You hear that? But it's a sacrifice. You know that this is your enemy, and they hungry, you give them something to eat. They thirsty, you give them some water. But the Most High said, in doing so, you will heap coals of fire upon his head. That's deep. That's why I go to Proverbs, where's it? Well, let's go. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Overcome evil with good. And we know what's good, right? The Most High, first and foremost, is good. Not you, how you feel. I'm good. The Most High is good, first and foremost. And Romans 7 and 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just, and good. See? We follow these commandments, we know that we overcome evil with good. We're keeping the commandments of the Most High. And he going to bring forth the wrath. He said, I'm going to repay. I'm going to get it. So, and I guess I better show that since I said it. Go to Matthew 9:16. It is very important because I don't know, it's certain things that's happening in the world I see that's contrary to the word of the Most High. It's pretty, it's pretty sad because we are, as a people, we are stuck on how we are, in this world, and we want to be someone. It's like a real pride demon that's within those that have not made the change, you are someone. You are the chosen people of the Most High, but you can't be the chosen people of the Most High and put yourself on such a pedestal, because pretty soon you're above the Most High. It's all about you. It's not about him anymore, or Mashiach Yahushua. It's all about you being an Israelite, and you having this power when the Bible's open. But when you close the Bible, you got to go back and do just like everybody else. Work your job, go home, and eat and sleep and do whatever you do like everybody else. And still be subject to the oppressor that oppresses all of us. But what we going to do? You going to remain the same, or you going to change? You going to remain the same, or you going to try and change and become a better Israelite? Example. Go to 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. 1 Corinthians 1 and 10. First Corinthians 1 and 10. Now I beseech you, brethren, talking to the Israelites, by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, in the name of the Lord and Savior, that ye all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. See? Most I don't want us to be divided. And see, that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. But you got all these different doctrines going on right now, that people cannot be in the same mind and the same judgment, because some believe this way, some believe that way, some don't believe in the Mashiach Yahushua at all, some don't understand that he only had the law and the prophets. The same thing they believe in, that's what he had to go by. That's what Peter, Paul, Mark, Luke, John, all of them had to go by the law and the prophets. There was no New Testament when they walked the earth. But you have those that believe in all these other books. They say the Bible been tampered with, so they believe in other books. Can't walk the same. Walk. But he said, I beseech you, brother, by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment. For it has been declared unto me of you, my brethren, talking to the Israelites, because we read 1 Corinthians, you could do this for any chapter in this New Testament. Paul called to be an apostle, verse 1 of Mashiach Yahushua, to the will of the Most High, and Sotheus, our brother, unto the church of the Most High, which is at Corinth. These are Israelites calling themselves Corinthians, living in the land of Corinth. To them that are sanctified by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua, called to be saints. That right there. Called to be saints. And Psalms 148:14 defines the saints. Just how you deal with this for any chapter in the New Testament. Or if it say the Most High, say God or whatever, you go to the Most High, the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? So who are the saints? Just to clear up the matter of people be going to these scriptures and they're in these religions and so forth, and they all these other nations, and they think it's talking to them. It's not. Called to be saints, right? So who is it talking to? Who is his brethren? Psalms 148:14. Bear with me, I just got a brand new Bible, so it's hard. These pages haven't been broken in. Oh, praise the Most High for that. Psalms 148:14. He also exalted the horn, which is the power of his people. We here to prove who the saints are. The praise of all his saints. Who are the saints? Even of the children of Israel. Who are we? A people near unto him. Praise ye the Most High, right? So the saints are the children of Israel, 12 tribes of Israel. So now we go to 1 Corinthians 1:11. After he told us that we got to speak the same thing and be no divisions among you, it said, for if it have been declared unto me of you, verse 11, my brethren, which are the Israelites, by them which are of the house of Koli, that there are contentions among you. See? Contentions, going back and forth with each other, as it is today. Now this I say, that every one of you said, I am of Paul, I am of this camp, or I'm of this leader, and I of Apollos, I'm of that leader, and I of Cephas, and I of that leader of a camp, or of a congregation, or a church, and I of Mashiach. Is Mashiach divided? Was Paul crucified for you? Was your leader crucified for you? Or were you baptized in the name of Paul? Was you baptized in the name of your leader? Some of you might have. I don't know. I don't put nothing past Yasharala. Or were you baptized in the name of Paul? Paul said, I thank the Most High that I baptized none of you. You know what came after that. But Cephas and Caiaphas, lest any should say that I had baptized in mine own name. And I baptized also the household of Stephanus. Besides, I know not whether I baptized any other. See? For Mashiach sent me not to baptize, but to preach the gospel. Not with wisdom of words, lest the cross of Mashiach Yahushua, the hard time that I'll have to go through and going through, for Mashiach Yahushua's namesake should be made of none effect. See? So, this is what we're looking at. Did he try and be someone? He could say, yeah, I did it. I got this opportunity. He wrote most of the New Testament. But no, he said he didn't. He wasn't trying to receive no vain glory in this wicked world. Philippians 2, Philippians, the 2nd chapter. We're looking at verse 1. I hope this reached the right ears, because it's very important that we are, as a nation, we change. Philippians, the 1st chapter, verse 27. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Mashiach, that whether I come and see you, or else be absent, whether the book is open, whether the book is closed, or whether I'm here, or whether I'm absent, I may hear of your affairs, that ye stand fast in one spirit, see, in one spirit, with one mind, striving together for the faith of the gospel, see. One mind and one spirit for the faith of the gospel, of this truth going out, keeping the